If you're ever driving over the causeway, you might see a few sailboats all in clusters on Lake Pontchartrain. That's actually the Tulane sailing team going through one of their daily practices. So what does it take to sail competitively? Brooke Kirchhoffer went along and found out.
Maybe chat about how we could have moved into a play one a lot faster on that run.
Okay, drop.
All right, Pesto on black. Pesto on black. Head back down. Alex, out the lure!
Recreational sailing and sailing competitively are not one and the same.
All that happened was you almost put a hole in a boat, and you still had a bad rounding.
It's kind of funny because a lot of people actually sail just for fun as a hobby, and it's like, oh, this is easy. But when you get into the racing aspect of sailing, you have to, it's like chess on the water.
Tulane is one of just 35 universities in the U.S. with a varsity sailing team. Sailing is a sport that involves two different races: team racing and fleet racing.
Team racing is 3 boats of a school versus 3 boats of another school, and the whole point is trying to win with the lowest amount of points possible, instead of fleet racing, which is 1 boat and 18 schools.
And it's just a race to the finish line.
Yep.
In the boat, there are 2 athletes, the skipper and the crew. The skipper drives the boat and is in control of the mainsail. The crew is in charge of the smaller sail in the front, called the jib.
In general, the skipper should be focused on speed and boat control and just going fast. And then the crew will be feeding information about what's going on in the course, what other boats are doing, what the wind is doing, and then the skipper should be able to hear that and make their decision.
So what happens if there is no wind?
As I like to say, if it's a great day for golf, it's a bad day for us. You know, it's a weather delay just like anything else. For other sports, you know, might have a rain delay. Rain doesn't delay us. It's really if there's a matter of lightning, no wind, or so much wind that it's dangerous.
Sailing collegiately requires an immense amount of skill. To be successful on the water, you have to have these 3 traits: strength, good communication, and most importantly, be able to adapt on the fly.
This whole sport is basically just about being adaptive and just being able to respond to quick situations, and it's a lot of a mental sport. I think there's a lot that goes into it, a lot of plays, and a lot of things that you just constantly need to be aware of.
He'll most likely attack his team.
So in team racing, just like you would see in basketball, football, anything else, we have very specific plays that drive very specific positioning that the boats need to have relative to their opponents. Some of them are more defensive plays, some are more offensive, and we have a whole playbook just like most other sports.
What play are you at?
Unlike other sports, the practice and race schedule is absolutely grueling. Tulane is on the water from 10 to 6 for practice, and the regattas are typically 2 days long. The Green Wave say racing at Lake Pontchartrain provides the best practice.
People need to come down to community sailing. They're really inclusive. They want people to come and just sail around, either join programs or just come for fun sails. So come down and see what it's about. That's how I started sailing.
At the Southern Yacht Club, Brooke Kirchhoffer, Eyewitness Sports.